in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. He'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
He can't hang. He's not going to hang.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Throwing on second down, Garoppolo. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. But now it'll be third down.
After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back, I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off or if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
Mike's 54.
12, fellas, here we go. Bravo. 21, 21.
Check your heart rate.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They'll run on first down. Swift. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24. That good for 19 and a first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him. All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. Operating from the gun, Love. And he will find his man on the outside. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. The third down conversion successful, a gain of 11.
Ready. Mike 54. I'm trying to collect. 25.
On first down, Swift. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This is taken at his 4. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They run the counter. Swift. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And it's now 14-0. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a good return here. He is brought down at the 7-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions. And he's got a convoy, and he might be gone. He's at the 50, 30, 10, and he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Philip Lindsay, 93 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll try the left side. Swift. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo 1st down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. On 2nd down now, Swift. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a 1st down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. call that a very strong gain of 24.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And oh, he coughed it up. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Second and 9 at the 10-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Two. Check Mike 54.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Mike, here we go. 180.
I got him.
Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. Pushing his way through. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB 101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy, that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
We got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Convert. Check.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Phillip Lindsay, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Garoppolo, flush to his right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 21. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And some space here. 20. There he goes left side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here.
Here we go.
He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
Yeah, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, let's get in them holes.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Mike, here we go, here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Oh, now Lindsey lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They'll run on first down. Swift. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
39-yard line.
Ready, break. 54's Mike. Check. Walk 54. Walk 54.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action.
Mike's 5-4. I got you.
On second down, Swift. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Check 12, 54. Too little.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway.
Well, whatever the relationship was between the special teams and the offense, it's gotten a heck of a lot closer after a return like that. The special teams just keep setting them up. The offense thinks they'll go out there and knock them down.
Here we go. 64, weak. Check 6 guys. Ready.
They go play action here on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Jalen Hurd, the intended receiver. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Another run by Lindsey. And he loses the football a second time. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll try the left side. Swift. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Come on, set.
46-yard line.
Come on. You better bring it. Watch twist. Check. He calm. 132 play. Watch the twist.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
Hey, 1 set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Ready, go.
To throw on third down. Love. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly
you
right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Big Shaq Lawson gets the sack there.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Here's Garoppolo to throw. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all, and it's been a long day for this crowd. Waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw is Garoppolo. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Mike Evans with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit. A sensational one-handed grab in the end zone for the score. Looked like you at the Davis Turkey Bowl every year in the backyard in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, you're so kind. That's definitely in my mind. But how about this? They always tell guys going after the ball, the receivers especially, you got to have a single-minded obsession to go get it. How about going up with a single hand and making that happen? I don't know if it gets much better than what we just saw there.
On 1st down, Love. Going right side here, and that's complete. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go.
2nd and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Garoppolo flushed out right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
Loss of 10 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Pick me up. Here we go. Hey, one hot.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. He's going to sling this deep down. And now here is another interception. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Seibert on for the PAT. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they gave up the pick six. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll try to draw Lindsey, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Here we go. 2, 6.
At the 50-yard line.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Airing this one out for Evans. And this is taken in at the 5. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 46 yards. They'll try to run with Lindsey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Garoppolo looks to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. But now it's 3rd and goal. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Jets on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and goal.
Alert. Switch it.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out.
And now look at him go. The 40, the 30, 10. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there. An 80-yard touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters.
And, my goodness, another interception. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? It's a foot race. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there. 77 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on?
All day, baby. Let's go.
Here we go. What do you need? Lock.
Garoppolo now. First down throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College, not a heck of a lot of fun. I just remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game.
He's got daylight. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. He's going to air one out. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. To throw, it's Garoppolo. The open man is Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. To try again after the sack. Garoppolo, he's going to let it fly. This is caught at the 20. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 43 yards. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now Garoppolo. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Now goal for the extra point. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. It's a very short kick taken by an up man.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, and he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. There he goes, left side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Seibert on for the PAT. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Makes the score Bills 80, Jets 27.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
Garoppolo now. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emmanuel Ogbah. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Bills, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, The loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin.